All right, powder highlights. For a girl who doesn't wear powder very often, I have far too many. So that being said, to keep this as brief as possible, let's go ahead and grab a few of the ones that I know that I'm not getting rid of. The RMS Beauty, this is the Prosecco Fizz Redimension Hydra Dew Luminizer. So I really like this. It's one of those soft, glowy, kind of lit from within. You can build it up. Gosh, lit from within. I haven't heard that one said on YouTube for a while, but there you go. So I really like this shade. It's a very soft, beautiful formula, and I just really love a good glowy moment that just, it can look like it's just good skincare. You know what I mean? You can build it up as well. All right, another one that I'm not going to get rid of, the original Haus Laboratories. This is the 2D Gel Powder Highlight in Luce de Sol. This is a beautiful gold highlight, and it actually has a light flip to it. It has like almost like a, I don't even know. It's gold and then leans into almost like a peachy tone. It's really pretty. So keeping this one as well. I'm going to keep my Ciate and Jessica Rabbit collab. This is very pretty. I still have so much of the embossing, but honestly, I do like this formula as well. It's just a really pretty, you know, nice highlighter. So we're gonna keep this one. And I know that this one is not necessarily a need. The formula isn't like, oh my gosh, amazing, but I love the packaging. I still love the embossing, so I'm keeping it. This one from Charlotte Tilbury, this is a newer purchase of mine. I mean, I got it when it first came out. Now I'm kind of like, why did you get this? Actually, looking around at these, this was the last highlight I purchased, other powder highlight anyway, other than that RMS one. I think I purchased that one first. This product is pretty. It is a little bit of a regret buy because it just wasn't a need. It's pretty, but it just wasn't a need, but it is a nice one. I bought it, so I'm going to keep it. All right, this MAC, this is such a beautiful package, but the inside is just as pretty as well. The Whisper of Guilt highlight. I do really like this one. It is definitely very, very gold though. But this limited edition packaging is so pretty, and if I ever do want like a nice gold highlight, this one is really pretty. This is actually, though, now that I'm looking at it, it is pretty similar to the Haus Laboratories one. Let me swatch those really quick. Zoomed you in since we're doing some swatches. So this is the Whisper of Guilt, and this one is the Haus Laboratories one. So they are different. I'm gonna keep both of these still. All right, so far we're not doing too well. We're not doing too well here, folks. And I think part of it is just like the allure of highlight is just so nice. You know, like it's so pretty. We love swatching it. It's just one of those things. So that being said, I'm gonna take this one, Mary Luminizer from the Balm. This was probably, boy, if it wasn't my first highlight product, it was definitely one of my first Sephora products, which is why I've kind of kept this around. I remember going in and I just swatched this and I was like, ooh, this is so pretty. And it is pretty. I mean, it is a soft glow product, but it also, you know, if I want that, I will pull out my RMS and just get less of a powder look. So it is time for this one to go. This is very old. I was mostly just keeping it for nostalgia. I can't even remember the last time I used this one. Speaking of another one that I can't remember the last time I used, ColourPop Smoke and Whistles. This is pretty. I think I actually just recently saw someone using this on their channel and I was like, oh, I think I have that shade. But this is, it's quite pink and it's just not something that I think to pull out. Honestly, I just can't even remember the last time I pulled this out. And if I am looking for this type of a color, I just prefer something creamy. I think it just looks a little bit more natural on the skin, and this is pretty old, so time to get rid of this one as well. All right, this little one has been with me a long time. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I would say that this is almost, it's a cross between a finishing powder and a highlight, but it is just so beautiful on the skin. This is that highlight for days where I don't want to look like I'm wearing a highlight. It's also really, I mean, especially in the summertime, if I want something that just has a soft glow, but that's not going to slide off my face in the heat, this is a nice one. I'm going to keep this. Okay, Pat McGrath. Which one is this? Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in Lunar Nude. I need to pull this one out more. Maybe I will actually put this in my winter Shop My Stash because this is a really pretty kind of like beigey shade. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like got that pinky beige. Where am I? I can't even see the viewfinder. Hopefully you can kind of see that right there. So this is very pretty. I'm actually going to set this to the side to make sure I put it in my Shop My Stash. Ofra. Start Inspired. This was the Samantha March collab. This is obviously the two shades. Let's see, Star Island and Pillow Talk perhaps. And every time I pull this out, I end up keeping it. And then do I ever wear it? Not really. It's so highlighty. It is just like beaming. It's beaming. You know what? I'm going to put this one to the side. It is quite frosty. I'm going to put it to the side. We'll decide once we see some of these others. Okay, the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. This one is newer to me. I'm going to keep this. It is actually really pretty. I mean, I know that this one can be very blinding, but you can actually blur it out. And it just has that more like wet look to it, which is what I really like. I don't want something that looks dusty. I want it to be more wet. Okay, the Afterglow Highlighter from Urban Decay in Sin. Again, this is another pretty one, but it is a little bit more dry feeling. Such a shame. All right, time to roll up the sleeves. We got to do that. See, I feel like this is, I mean, it's almost kind of like Mary Luminizer, where it's okay, but nothing special, which means it's time for it to go. So I'm going to put this to the side. Oh, we're doing it. Okay. These Laura Geller highlights. Here we have Peach Glow, and then of course the very well-known Gilded Honey. It's funny, I just heard my friend Natalia Lavrova mentioning this one on her channel. She didn't have it, but I think she was talking about it. This is just so gold though. It's like gold. I feel like I have other products. Now this, the formula of this, they were ahead of their time on this. It is really pretty, but I feel like the other two that I have here are kind of similar. Let's go ahead and swatch this Peach Glow. I think I used to have one more that was from Laura Geller, maybe even two. I think they had kind of like an iridescent duochrome at one point, and then maybe even a pinkier one. That's pretty, but kind of unimpressive. Let's swatch it out next to the Master Chrome Rose Gold Molten from, of course, Maybelline. Oh my gosh, I am going to be the shiniest person by the end of tonight. Oh, this is kind of pretty. Okay, where did that one go? Where did I put that one? Right here? No, up here. Okay. This shade, it's pretty. Okay, I'm going to set this one to the side. It's been a very long time since I've worn this one too, so we'll put it by the Ofra. Gilded Honey I'm going to get rid of. This one has seen its day. And this one, let's go ahead and set this one to the side. I do want to compare it to see what else I have in peachy highlighters. Speaking of, Privilege by Nabla. This is considered what? A glass skin finish glow powder. The names are just getting so long. Okay, so this has a little bit of iridescent peach to it, but it's a little bit darker. Okay, I feel like this one is a good combination of these together. Like it might have just a little bit more gold in it, but it is very pretty. Honestly, I just do not wear powder highlight that much. Let me feel the formulas here. This does feel really nice though. This one anymore is kind of like less impressive. Okay, I'm gonna for sure get rid of this one. I don't know if it's just that it's dried out over time, which it very well could be. So we'll get rid of that. I'm gonna set this one to the side. We're gonna keep the Nabla as well. Poor Master Chrome. She's been like put on the chopping block, put into the wings to wait a couple times now. Okay, two of these sifters. This is one that had busted from Glam Shop. It's from their, I don't know, nude mandala collection. This is very, very beautiful. Every time I pull this out, I'm like, wow, this is pretty, but I just never wear it. Because I'm not one to wear a powder highlight very often, I just really forget about this one. I was so crushed when it broke though. I was so crushed when it crushed. That is really pretty. Let's swatch it next to Pumpkin Spice Latte from Sydney Grace. Again, another loose one. Ooh, another loose one that is running rampant in the cap. Oh, these are actually, I mean, similar-ish. Okay, so here's the thing. When I look at this, I think that the Glam Shop is actually quote-unquote prettier because it's got more shine and sheen to it, but the Pumpkin Spice Latte from Sydney Grace lays on the skin a little bit better. Yeah, I just feel like I can see the dryness of my skin more with the Glam Shop one than I do with the Sydney Grace. So I'm going to just get rid of this. And honestly, you can't get this anymore. It was like a limited edition product, even in its non-crushed capacity. So I'm going to get rid of this. I have to be honest, as I'm cleaning up here, every time I say I'm going to get rid of one, I look at it and I'm like, but it is so pretty. And that's the thing, they are so pretty, but I'm just not using them because a lot of times I'm like, these would be pretty as eyeshadows. Like right away I was like, ooh, tempted to keep this and wear it as an eyeshadow, but am I going to reach for it as an eyeshadow? No. Do I have colors that are similar to this to use as an eyeshadow? Yes, already, and they are eyeshadows. So I don't need it. I really don't need it. I'm going to keep the Sydney Grace. We'll set this to the side. Okay, here is another one that I think just is very beautiful and soft. This is Perfect Topping. This is a mineralized skin finish from MAC. I don't even know if you can get this shade anymore, but it is very, very pretty. I'm just waiting for my my skin to dry out. Well, not to dry out. It is dried out, but I'm waiting for it to dry from that makeup white. So this probably looks a little bit more intense than it would if my skin wasn't slightly damp, but look how pretty that is. I have to keep this one. It is just so pretty. So why don't we pull out this mineralized skin finish. This is almost a blush. It's sort of that like, not quite a blush, not quite a highlight. This is Stereo Rose. Again, another sort of like rosy peachy vibe. But again, another one that I really haven't been wearing. Okay, I'm going to set this one off to the side so that we can swatch it next to those other sort of like rosy peachy vibes that we have. Let's see, this is going in the to-go pile. All right, Rose Quartz. Don't I have a full size of Rose Quartz somewhere in here? Yes, yes I do. Why do I still have this? I'm going to get rid of this. Maybe my niece would like this little one. She's been liking the glowy stuff. So don't need it. All right. All of these are all obviously Becca. And I keep saying, I'm going to like pare down. I'm going to pare down. But am I though? Let's open all of these up. All right, here we go. So we have Rose Gold. Here is that Rose Quartz shade, and I can tell why I was keeping this one. Maybe I was just like, I'm just going to use this one up before I dip into that one. We have Vanilla Quartz, which is also brand new. I'm not sad about that, though. I had a little mini, and it busted in one of my travels, and it just started to shatter. And I was like, you know what? I have a full size. Opal is just beautiful. This is honestly probably one of my favorites. And then we have Moonstone, which is really light. And then, of course, Champagne Pop, because who didn't get Champagne Pop? Okay, let's go ahead and swatch. I can tell you already right now, I'm going to get rid of Moonstone. It's just so light. It's so light. It's pretty, but it's just not wowing, and it's a little bit light for my skin. Did I swatch Champagne Pop? I don't think so. Let's go ahead. All right, so Champagne Pop definitely has a little bit more of like a, I would say like peachy hue, almost even into like gold than the Opal does. Opal's definitely more of that like true kind of like pinky beigey shade. Sorry, gotta get some fingers clean here. All right, I am going to go into Rose Quartz. I'm gonna just use the little mini here since I've got it open. And then I am going to open up Vanilla Quartz because I do love this one. I need to start getting some use out of this. Fresh pan. You saw it here. Yeah, see, look how pretty this is. I don't know if you can see that there, but it does have, it's like a beautiful soft shimmer like this one is, but it has a really warm amber glimmer to it. So I really do like that one as well. Did I miss one? I think I got them all. No, Rose Gold. Gosh. And this one is really pretty as well. It's definitely, for me, more of a summer highlight, though. So these are all really pretty. All right, so out of all of these, which ones do I feel like I want to get rid of now? I think Moonstone for sure. This one is just, it's just too pale. It doesn't really wow me. I also want to right now just pull in these two Makeup Geek highlighters. I have Daybreak and Luster. So let's go ahead and swatch these out just because they are basically the last two powders in my collection here, and I can kind of compare to what I have out from Becca. These saw so much love. So much love. Especially Daybreak. I mean, that was my jam. I wore that one a lot. Luster, not so much. I think I can get rid of that one. It's just a little too cool toned. It's icy, but icy almost like silvery. Yeah, I don't need that one. Okay, I don't even know if you're able to see these swatches, but we're going to get rid of that one. All right, so now with these other shades, I just don't know if I have the heart to get rid of this Makeup Geek one. I probably have to like take off the hard pan here. I'm just realizing that I swatched right over the rose gold shade, which is hilarious. So which am I going to keep and which am I going to get rid of? You know what? I am going to get rid of Champagne Pop. I just feel like I have a lot of other things in my collection that are sort of in that realm. You know, I think a lot of the ones that I just swatched are very similar to that one. I love Opal. I think it's just such a beautiful shade. And you know what? I think I'm going to get rid of the Rose Quartz too. I think I'm going to get rid of the Rose Quartz. What I might do, I might just keep this little baby one for myself and then get rid of this one because I could just pass this along to a friend who likes a pinky highlight. But, you know, if I want to wear a pink, I kind of want to wear something warmer pink like this one and not so icy pink like this. Same with that luster shade. Okay, now that those hard decisions have been made, let's pull these others back out. I can't remember if I had decided on a couple of these. Oh, I've got one more to open up, but I am going to be keeping that one. So this Stereo Rose, I'm going to keep because I can use it as a blush. I can also use it as a highlight when I'm a little bit deeper. So I think that it's a good multitasker. Now this Master Chrome. Do we have... Oh, it just feels so nice. Where can I put this? Let's put it down here. Actually, if anything, the one that it's most close to is this MAC one, but that was like on a wet hand. So Perfect Topping doesn't look that babam when it is dry. Let me grab this Nabla one more time. And again, this one is Privilege. So we're going to pull that one down here. It's another one. I'm going to try these two because I'm only going to keep one of these because I feel like they are somewhat similar. And I don't know if it's just the formula on my arm skin or what, but like the Nabla seems to be performing less well than the Maybelline. So, Battle of the Highlights. Coming soon to a face near you. And by you, I mean me. All right, so the Ofra, so icy. Gonna get rid of this one. I don't know if I had decided that already, but I just watched it again here, and I'm like, I won't ever wear that. So I think I was mostly keeping it around because I love Sam, but since I don't support Ofra anymore, I might as well just put that to the side. Okay, the other highlighter that was over here off to the side, I am gonna keep this. This one was sent to me in PR. Oh, well, I guess it's good that I didn't have any other PR because I forgot to mention any of that. But this is the What's Up Beauty Serengeti highlighter in the Safari Sunset Duo. This is pretty. Again, it's another, you know, like powder duo highlight. These are really nice and pretty. I don't know that I necessarily would have bought this set because, again, it's powder highlight and I just don't wear it that much. But look at that nice glow that that has. Honestly, it's mostly the bottom shade that I really enjoy. So when I use this one, that's kind of where I tend to put my brush. The thing about this one is this shade here is really nice on my skin when it's a little bit more tan. So I'm going to set it to the side and I'll pull this one back out in the summer. Okay, I don't know if this was on purpose or what, but I totally just started loading all of those Becca blushes back in like nothing, like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm just going to take all these highlights back after I said I would declutter them. Let me get organized and we'll go over what I'm not keeping. Guess what I just found? Back behind my bins in this highlight drawer, I found a fully intact, never been touched Daybreak highlighter from Makeup Geek. And you know what I think I need to do? I think I just need to use this one and get rid of this one because I'm not going to pass this along to someone. I mean, I might as well just get use of the nice one. This one has so much hard pan. As long as they are still the same formula, they look exactly the same. I think that's what I'm gonna do. How I ever thought, I think I got these in an amazing sale. It was probably when they were closing out of them and I was probably so excited, but like, how did I ever think I was going to get through this? Okay, here we go. So I'm getting rid of the Makeup Geek Luster. I have the 3 Becca blushes that I'm getting rid of, Champagne Pop and Moonstone, and this Rose Quartz that I can pass along to someone, most likely. Getting rid of both of these Laura Geller blushes. I don't know if I had said that or if I just accidentally set it aside, but that's what I've decided on. The Ofra and Samantha March collab, again, so frosty. Maybe I can pass this along to one of my much more light-skinned friends. The Urban Decay Sin highlight, again, just not something that wows me anymore. This Mary Luminizer is so old. So that one is going. Same with the ColourPop. This Busted Glam Shop one. And then tomorrow, either I will put one of these on each side, maybe, you know, just to kind of see how they go on the skin. And then I will decide which one of these I'm keeping because I really don't think I need both. So that is pretty good. That makes me very happy, mostly because now almost all of my blushes fit into one container in my drawer system. Not quite, but all, oh, did I say blushes? I meant highlighters. So almost all of my highlighters fit. And you know what? I'm definitely still just not in the mood to be buying a powder highlight this year. I think I went all year last year and only bought 2. And I probably didn't need to do that because that Pillow Talk one is a little bit of a regret, like I said. So there we have it. This was the easy part of this one. Now we're going to move into creams. So wish me luck. Okay, sneak peek of my bronzer declutter, but as I was pulling these things out, I just realized there were a couple things that I forgot. My Westman Atelier, the Peau de Pêche highlight, I never really know what to put this in because it's like, it's sort of a blush, it's sort of a highlight. This is, I mean, it's definitely a highlight if I am tan. It's so pretty. I was given this by my friend Aileen for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember, probably my birthday. This is so pretty. I'm definitely not getting rid of this one. I'm going to put it back in its little sleeping bag and bring her out when I've got more color. The other products that I did want to show as far as highlight are, of course, my Salt New York Cream Tint Pros in the Radiant formula. I think that's what it's called. I have 2 of the shades, that one there. And then, oh, the other one I actually put into my Shop My Stash already. So I definitely wanted to curate myself a little collection. So it's this one here. And then I just did the contour and a blush and the white adjuster so that I can make some of my shades lighter. So I did want to share that. I forgot those. So there you go. By the way, stay tuned for the rest of this. All right, here we go. Hopefully somewhat ruthless declutter. I do not need, who needs 2 things of liquid highlight? Nobody. Nobody does. I know that part of it is just the way that I have to store these or the way that I am storing these right now. I'm sure that I can get a better system just like I did with my cream blushes. If you do want to see that, by the way, I will have that video linked in the description. And at the end of this video, my playlist of all of my declutters will be up as well. All right, so let's start off right away. The Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have already asked my beautiful niece if she would like this shade. I think it would work well for her. I just don't reach for these. Honestly, I love my Auric Glow Lust. I just don't need these. Honestly, I need to take, so this is shade 3. I also have the shade 2, which is the one that I'm going to be giving to her. So let's take shade 3 in comparison to Pyrite from Auric. See, look, I mean, Pyrite is this beautiful, like olivey kind of tone. I mean, right now it's a little dark for me, but I just love that shade. I'm gonna also pull out the Morganite shade, which is the cooler tone. Mine is the original Morganite formula, which is slightly less cool toned, and I think actually even just a bit darker. So, I mean, this is actually very beautiful and glowy, but I'm going to set this one to the side. I am going to keep both of my Auric, and we will see how I feel about the Charlotte Tilbury at the end, but we have one that for sure I'm going to be giving away. All right. Oh, this is not a highlight. We will set that one to the side. Okay, so let's see here. I just saw this little tiny mini of the Hourglass Vanish Stick in Champagne. I don't know that I have really used this. It came obviously as probably like a gift with purchase or something. I'm going to set that aside to go into my Shop My Stash, and we will see how I feel. This I'm going to just finally get rid of. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. I just never reach for it. It is sort of one of those slight coverage, slight color kind of situations. And yeah, I just never use it. So it's time to just get rid of it. I'm sure at this point I've had it long enough that I should probably toss it anyway. I think maybe if I got this when I was more into like no makeup, I would have found a place for this. But at the time, it was like, well, this really isn't a highlighter and it's definitely not a concealer. I felt like Tarte brought this out as like a, hey, we realize that our Shape Tape is like hella creasy and a little dry, so pop this over the top and it should help out with that. But honestly, this would be a really good like no makeup product, but I have some beautiful things that I can use for that now, and I really don't need this one. So we will go ahead and get rid of that. I am tempted to keep it to use it for that, but like I haven't done it yet, so why do it now? All right, 2 balmy products. So I have the Denesamyrix Dew Wet Balm and the Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. The Dew Wet is much more thin, and obviously this is just the very clear shade. Sorry, I'm gonna have some blush stains down there. It looks like I have a rash, but I promise you it's just from swatching cream blushes. And then this is the Flower Beauty. It's been a long time since I've used the Flower Beauty one. I honestly don't even remember my thoughts on it. This is the shade Stunner, by the way. The thing about this is I feel like it's somewhat similar to my Salt New York, and I definitely have a lot of that to get through, so I could probably pass this along. I bet my niece would actually like this as well. And the Dew Wet, I just don't reach for this. I never, if I want a little bit of like glossy glow, I would probably just get that with my skincare. If at all though, if I would use it, it would be in the wintertime. So maybe I'm gonna set this to the side and I'll give it a go this winter to see how I feel. And then I'll decide. I'm not sure. We will see. I said I was gonna be ruthless. I haven't been ruthless so far, so let's set this one to the side and we'll find out. Okay, I have 2 of the Sydney Grace highlighters. Let me go ahead and swatch these out. I have Paradise on Ice and Head in the Clouds. As I am swatching these, I did have a 3rd shade that I ended up passing along to someone because I was like, you know what, it's a little too icy for me. The thing about these though, and I do have a little bit of, you know, that other highlight or the other highlights that I put in, but the thing about this is this Head in the Clouds, wait, which one? No, Paradise on Ice. It's a nice pinky shade, and I don't really have that. I actually was just looking for something the other day. I think I kind of forgot that I had this one. For me, this is like perfect winter into spring. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one. Now, this one here. I'm going to keep this. I just got these in this year's mystery bag. This is pretty. I really like this formula. I really haven't been using these a lot because I haven't been using highlighter in general a lot, but I feel like the winter is going to be the time that I'm doing that. So I'm going to keep both of these for now. Since we're going on what I'm going to keep, I might as well pull out all 3 of these. I guess technically one of these would be a blush, right? So I have the Glowgasm Beauty Wand in Peachgasm. I actually have 2 of these. I think someone gave me one that was too dark for them. So I will put one of these. I'm going to weigh these out, and whichever one weighs more, I will put it aside and I will try to get through one of these. But I also have the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand in the light shade, and I'm going to be keeping all of these. I'm sure you've seen these all over, including in probably my last highlight declutter, so I'm not gonna take time to swatch those. Okay, this one. I probably just need to get rid of this one. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. I should have used this. I should have used this, but at this point, I'm sure that this is just so expired. It's gotta be. It doesn't smell weird, but I just need to get rid of this. This just needs to go. Just let it go. Those were so pretty. Honestly, I think that Becca, like their liquid and cream products were so ahead of the time. Obviously, they really were known for like luminous megawatt highlighters with their pressed version, but I really like the poured, and this liquid was actually really nice. I think it was just before its time. It's too bad. So these are the Mega Glow Hello Halo highlighters. I just recently was it for my New Year's Eve look? I think that might have been it. I just recently used one of these, and I think it was this one, the Halo Goodbye. I'm gonna swatch these out. Off the bat, I'm thinking about getting rid of Rosy and Ready just because of that Sydney Grace shade I have. I think it's just a little less foiled and a little more, well, quote unquote, natural looking. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Okay, here we have these shades. Can I just say, I definitely this winter need to use Halo Graphic. That's that top one. It reminds me of Divina Nokomis. Absolutely. Let me just bring you in just a little bit more. I mean, it just has that like almost phosphorescent look to it. This next one is that pinky one. This is Rosy and Ready. And then we have Halo Goodbye. And then the last one is Gilded Glow. I don't know if all of these shades are available still, but these, I just love these. I thought that they were so absolutely beautiful. I will say though, I feel like I like the tone of that Paradise on Ice a little bit better. Let me do another swatch. We'll just pop a little bit right here. It's similar, but it's just, I mean, it's definitely not quite as frosty, which I'm okay with. And it's just a little bit I don't know, less cool toned maybe. Maybe I'll see if there's someone in my life that would like to try that one, but I don't think that I need all of these. So that's the one that I will for sure get rid of. This Halo Goodbye, the one that I used in my New Year's Eve look, it is so pretty. I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily unique, but it is very pretty. And this Gilded Glow one is just gorgeous. I mean, it's very pretty, especially when I'm a little bit more tan. So I'm gonna keep those. At least I think so. You know what I should maybe do? I see a couple here that are more in that golden tone. What do I have here? This is the Vision Flush and Tiara. Let's swatch this next to this. Okay, Tiara is even warmer and more golden. Gosh, that makes Gilded Glow look more like, you know, like skin tone. Okay, let's close here. There we go, packaging. And do I have another one? This iconic London Illuminator drops. Ooh, yeah, those are light as well. Okay, I think I need to pull out the Charlotte Tilbury one again, just so I can have it on the side here so that I can really kind of compare. Obviously, the Hollywood Flawless Filter really has more of a skin tone. It's just more of like that glowy product. You know what though? I just feel like this tone just isn't as right for my skin tone. Like I will definitely always reach for Pyrite over this. And if I want something that's sort of more in that nudie skin warmth, I can grab the one from Wet n Wild. So I am gonna get rid of that other Flawless Filter. Look at me go. Look at me go. It's funny that I'm choosing Wet n Wild over Charlotte Tilbury, but this just goes to show that it isn't always the price you pay for something that makes it a great product. All right, so we are gonna get rid of the Rosy and Ready for sure. Set that one to the side. I'm gonna keep the others for now. I really do like these. Okay, I just had to look it up. Halo Graphic is still available. I'm gonna link it down in the description box in case you're like me and you love Divina Nokomis as like an inner corner highlight and you're always wanting something that you could maybe pop on your cheeks that's similar, because this just gives me a very similar vibe and it's like $6. All right, folks, we're getting there. We're almost done with these creams and liquids. So I am gonna keep these iconic London drops. I do really like these. I feel like everything is going all over the place. I need to stay organized here. This Hey Honey Nude Stick. You know what? I just never use this. I feel like it needs to be, yeah, I never use this. It's like, it's sort of, maybe it's just because I've got it like smearing it over other glowy stuff, but it's just sort of there. Okay, so right now I have, oh, I should probably pull that one out. I have a Milk Makeup Stick in my Shop My Stash from last month, and I actually have been really enjoying it. Let me pull it out because I feel like it's just a little bit lighter. So this is the one in Lit. And if I can find a spot, we'll just put it over my Watch tan line. Yeah, see, this is just a little bit lighter. It is a little bit more pink though too, but I don't know, I've liked that one. This just seems a little darker, and maybe if it was in the dead of summer, I would feel different, but it's just not bringing me joy. I don't think that I need this, and so I am going to pass it along. Another product that I just never use, and I think I said in my last declutter, if I haven't used this up by my next declutter, I'm just gonna get rid of it. These are the Nars Orgasm Liquid Highlighter Drops, and these, honestly, I totally gave into the packaging on this. When this product came out with a couple other Nars Orgasm products, including that one with that beautiful palette with the creams in it that were like all glittery that I never used and eventually got rid of, it was the packaging that drew me in. But here's the thing, this is actually a really pretty product. Can you see how illuminating that is? I don't know why I did it on my middle finger. I'm running out of room here. Now, I think when this came out, the problem of why I didn't use it is at that time, I was definitely doing more of like a really, not like extra strong robot girl highlight. I did have my moment for that, but it was still quite a bit of like, hey, I'm wearing highlight, as opposed to like, oh, I've drank a lot of water and I just happen to have a model's skin. I would love this look now, but I just think it's time to get rid of it. I haven't been using it, so it's time to go. Okay, this LYS Genuine Liquid Highlight in Aim High. I just slapped it right over the Nars one, not gonna lie. This I've had for much less time. I really need to just use this. I need to just use this. The problem is it's a little bit dark for me now, so I need to pull it out. Maybe when we go on vacation, this would be a nice product to have when I've got a little bit of a tan, or as we come into summer, I'm going to use this. and see how I feel about it. I think this product is very pretty, and I think I could use it in the way that I was just talking about the other one, but I need my skin to just be a little bit deeper. So we're gonna set that one to the side. This Rare Beauty, this is the shade Transcend in the Liquid Luminizer. I actually cocktailed this with the Wet n Wild one that I did in that makeup look that I did for New Year's Eve. So I'm definitely keeping this. I don't know if I'll ever go through this. It is a beautiful shade though, so definitely keeping that. What do we have here? Ilia. This is not a highlight. This is a blush stick. Okay, well, we're gonna go put that in our cream blushes. Last one, the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Blossom. This is another like duochromatic liquid highlight situation. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go over here. I should probably just get rid of these. This one is definitely another rosy one. I thought it was more duochromatic. You know what? I think I had another one that had shimmers in it at one point, and I got rid of that one. This one's actually really pretty. I keep saying, oh, I want like a shimmery pink cheek. I definitely have things to do that. This is gonna be my vibe this winter. We are gonna use some of these rosy highlights. It is gonna be, it's gonna be the season. Okay, I am gonna clean myself up and we're gonna organize this. Okay, I am not gonna lie, I am pretty darn excited about this. I was able to reduce down. Now this half is some of my cream blushes. I've got my tube products in this like lipstick holder that I got on Amazon, which by the way, I will link that down below as well. So I put the highlights on the one side. These are the others. I was able to pull out this smaller container. Honestly, maybe what I'll do is I'll take all of my wand type products and like longer things like that and put them in another one here so I can put my others in, because I know that that's sort of like awkward packaging. And in my drawers, even if I wanted to pop these in, it's too tall. I think this would get caught on the drawer. It's just not a deep enough drawer, and that's okay. So I'll probably just lay these down. So let's scooch these to the side. I can take these and we will talk about what I'm getting rid of, which I'm so excited about. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of the Becca. It's just time. It is just time. Same with the Nars. Again, like I said, I totally just got drawn into this entire collection because of the packaging. I'm also going to be passing along these two Hollywood Flawless filter, getting rid of this Tarte Shape Tape. I'm kind of tempted though. I have to be honest. I am kind of tempted to keep this one to see if I would like it on no makeup days. Okay, so I know that I said that I am going to get rid of this, but honestly what I kind of want to do is put it in my Shop My Stash and try it out on days where I'm really not wearing any makeup. You know, there are days where I'm just going to run some errands and I just want to throw on some mascara. Maybe tapping this under my eyes would just make me feel a little more awake. Maybe I'll try that, but I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to keep it for too long and then I'll probably get rid of it. Okay, also going to pass along the Hello Halo and the nude sticks in Hey Honey. The Flower Balm, we're gonna get rid of that one. The Dew Wet Balm. The Dew Wet Balm. What to do with the Dew Wet? I just don't reach for it. I just don't reach for it. I'm gonna get rid of it. It kind of makes me sad. I love Danessa Myricks. This is a nice product. It's just not something that I ever reach for. So we're gonna get rid of that as well. Oh, and by the way, this is kind of random, but I did have one more little product. I have this Ilia Liquid Light serum highlighter. I'm actually passing that along to my niece. I had already texted her before I started this video, so sorry about that. I just saw it sitting somewhere and I was like, hey, you want this? I know that a lot of this has to do with the reorganization, but I am getting rid of a few things that I've been hanging on to for too long. Things that while they could make me shiny, they just don't bring me joy. So that means it was time to either get rid of them or pass them along to someone else who will enjoy them. Speaking of enjoying, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like on your way out. Again, I will have my playlist here at the end for you if you do want to check out my other declutters, and make sure you're subscribed so you see the bronzer declutter coming soon. That's going to be it for today, lovelies. Thank you for hanging out with my hands, and I will see you really soon.